good morning everyone. It's Julie at the Paper Bag Lady 1, and I've got some doilies to show you today. And while I'm getting some of those out, I will also tell you that I have now switched over to Zibbit. My Etsy store is still there with limited things on it as I've been transferring them over. But for the most part now, and all these new doilies also you will find listed on the Zibbit, which is the same name. It's the Paper Bag Lady. And I switched over simply because of the Etsy fees were getting pretty high. The more I sold, the more the fees were. And I just decided that financially it was going to, and from a business standpoint, it was going to make more sense to switch over to Zibbit. So that's what I've done. So spread the word. Anybody's looking for doilies, it's now on Zibbit. It's the same name, the Paper Bag Lady, and I will put a link down here. So that's where you will find these new doilies. They are not on the Etsy. The Etsy does still have some things on it as I'm transferring over, but everything new is going to be listed on the Zibbit. So let me show you some of these. So this is the first doily, which is a pretty nice size, as you can see by my hand there, and it runs about 4.5 inches across. Some of them are larger, simply because, you know, from the life of the tablecloth, the way it would hang, and some of them were stretched. But on average, they're about 4.5, and they are white, and you will get 12 of those in a package. Also, from that same tablecloth was a slightly smaller flower, which is this one, which pretty much looks like the center of that, and it connected the larger pieces together. So there's that, and it is about 2.5 inches across, and again the sizes can vary slightly, and there are 12 of these in a set. So there are those two. Then we have this, and I love this one, and I know people tend to prefer more neutral color doilies, but I love yellow. I think yellow is so beautiful. And I have had this style before in a cream, and I think also in a white, but now we have this in a pale yellow. I don't know that you can tell so much there, but in the bag you can see they are a pale yellow. And I just think they're beautiful. And they are about 5 inches across. And there are 15 of these in a package in this beautiful soft yellow, which I think is great for spring and summertime. There's a lot of pastel papers going on out there now, so I think that is just lovely. Okay, so then there's this one. I had this before in like a cream color, what I called the 8-point star doily. Well, now it's back in white. It is larger than the cream colored one was. This is about 4 inches across, and they are white, and you will get 12 in a set of those. Then we have this little bag, which I'm not going to take everything out because look at it. But basically what these are the little centers, or the connectors I call them, between the doilies on the larger piece. And I love to use these as filler flowers to kind of tuck behind, or to layer some of these fun little kind of hairy or furry ones, which sit real nice on top of a larger doily or a flower, or even a metal flower would be pretty. So there are, I think, 90, if I counted correctly, 90 different ones in here, in cream and white, and there's a couple of that pale yellow too. There's 90 of those in this package. So I have those. This is my newest one that I'm actually still in the process of cutting, so as I get it cut I will list more quantities of them, but I just think this is really pretty. And I actually had this before from a smaller piece that I just bought for me, and I really liked it. And this is about 2.25 inches across. So they're really pretty, and you could actually cut off this edge here too if you wanted to just have that like daisy or sunflowery looking thing, but I actually like it with the edges on. So the edges are on all of them, and there are 24 in a package of those. Then I bought these at my antique mall, and they had a fair amount of damage to them, like discoloration and whatnot, so I decided to coffee dye them. So here's the set, and as you can see, because they're coffee dyed, it's not like a consistent color the whole way through. Some are slightly darker than others. And actually what I did for most of them was I sprayed them. I put the coffee in a spray bottle and then misted it. So the backs have more of the original color. I found that if I dunked them and baked them, as you can see there, they kind of burnt and stuck to the baking sheet a lot more. So instead I just sprayed the fronts. And they smell good too, like coffee, of course. But anyway, there are 12 of these in a set. Oh, I forgot to measure, I'm sorry. And these are about 3.5 inches across. Again, the sizes will vary slightly because, you know, nobody's perfect when they knit or crochet or whatever, and the sizes get off, and also they can be stretched from use because they are all old pieces. But anyway, and then this is my last one, which I think is my favorite among all my new ones, which is this little cutie pie little flower. Look at him. Isn't he sweet? He's just about 1.75 inches, 2 inches. I think some are bigger than others, but 1.75 inches to 2 inches across. And I just think that little tannish cream guy is so pretty. You could put a little flower in the center there. There's little dimensional, let me see if I can grab one. Well, whoops. You know, put in a little flower like that. I wouldn't necessarily put that color. But anyway, that's pretty. You could put a pearl or a bead in the center. So that's my new favorite little guy, and there are 24 of those in a set. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the prices offhand. I think probably most of them are anywhere from $4 to $6. Again, I'm not positive. I'm sorry, I never write the prices on the package, so I don't really tend to remember until I'm packaging them up and I see it on the packing slip. But anyway, so these are my new doilies. I do still have some of my older ones. Again, they're all on the new Zibbit, which is The Paper Bag Lady. So you can find me there. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my new doilies. Stop over and check out the Zibbit store. I am still on the Etsy for now, but that will eventually be phased out over the next couple of weeks. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope everybody has a fantastic Thursday. It's sunny here right now. I hope it stays that way. And thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye.